Hello and welcome. This is Infocus. I'm Bradley Valenakip. Thanks for your company. Now, the Autonomous Region of Bougainville deliberates on its political future. And while that's happening, economic activity must continue in the region. And it should start from the small businesses, the small people, before, of course, the higher expectation from government intervention. Here to discuss with me on the program on SMEs and the bigger economic picture here in the region, I have with me in studio Delwin, Ketsian, representing women in business from the Autonomous Region of Bougainville, and also Peter Tsiamalili Jr., the regional member for Bougainville. Thank you very much for coming onto the program.
Thank you, Bradley.
All right, so I think bami start off one time you, Delwin. Inside long Autonomous Region long Bougainville, emi good platru long luki mosem olmeri tu I work in business. One him something true I work him na you like working business na at least all him sampla money long help him you na family belong you.
Thank you, Bradley. Like case Bougainville, everything where it's happening now, it's like from ashes to where we are today, because after the crisis, look at something go down. So people online will surviving crisis na stop. People must find ways how people by survive, because after the crisis, life is so tough. So government them come long way blowing, restoring more services. Na people ordinary people too. People must got own way blow people survive, because like I've said, from ashes we have to find ways. Now some of us, people start finding means and ways now survive. So we started up small activities, maybe running a little canteen store, find ways. The first marketing point in Solomon. So cargoes were coming through Solomon into Bougainville. So we need to, work on a little sales people. So the reason why people have to go into activities is without doing anything, na people wait to government and by putting people heavy. So especially mothers, plenty time, all mama finding life hard na tough. So this area, people must go inside any activity where people by generating income or sustaining more families. And then people move on come on top, then we need to look to other women who are coming up as well.
All right. So plenty time you miss arem this plato call sem time money emi sana plong front na emi talk to good na emi colorful straight on bla Mary sana plong backside na I give him advice. That's all now you me looking at sem or Mary too he can sana plong front na working business. Long look blong you. One all opportunities is stop inside long Bougainville where all Mary na plong go inside long business na kisim liglik toya long him.
I think at this time as it is now all opportunities will come out of place clear. Where people are looking all opportunities is that although time after crisis it come, it may be hard, people live just subsistence farming, or mama go market, now they survive. But as development will take place, the Bougainville, and people can move forward. There's a lot of opportunities where people are looking. Some of the opportunities, most women are into business, formal activities now. But because something by meeting to become a formal activity, we started somewhere from informal activity. Now go on top, startup na come formal activity. Na miga big plat restaurants all mama lo Bougainville. As you go to Bougainville today, most guest houses in Bougainville are run by women too. Those are the opportunities where women are tapping into, because Bougainville women are strong, tough area. They can do, initiate things now. They can come up in ways to wholly sustaining life, because we can't just wait for the government. After the crisis, we need to move on. And most are also running canteens, and others are into other activities where we work in, all activities where we can generate income.
All right. So, Mr. Tsiamalili, must be inspiring to also see women from Bougainville participating in business. You are a successful businessman yourself, and seeing this must be positive signs for the Autonomous Region of Bougainville going forward.
Yeah, thank you. Firstly, Bradley, it's also Delwin have been talk close side long, particularly for the women. First and foremost, women are held in our society at the highest respect. But that's not to say that because of that they've become very successful. I think the journey of Bougainville, if a lot of people get to appreciate, the women on the ground have really been very resilient. The challenges that MIPLA have been facing during the crisis now come after the crisis. Women have always been the backbone of holding the society for us together. They spearheaded the peace on the ground. They allowed us to have that sense of security in the environment that we all have been able to live together and work together. And when there is security, you feel a sense of normalcy. And so then that's conducive enough to then start and begin confidence to spend money, to invest and create activities. And so the women for us have been really the fine element or the recipe for our own economy to sprout up and take its own position within the PNG economy in a sense. So mitoka, the women are very resilient. And if you go back in history, and she made mention of Solomon Islands, and the reason why we went to Solomon Islands is because for 10 years, 10 year, Papua New Guinea been blocking Bougainville long nogat 1+ service. So during that time, all been pining molga ta kain way long, put him kai golong table. And so MIPLA been illegally walk long golong Solomon long kisim support. But that's part of the history. That is why it's formed the fabric of our history. And then you would see that the women, they have that extra step to have the courage to step into the business, the space.
True.
And so that's why it's been, for the women, you don't have to do much in order for them to propel or leapfrog in the business arena or the business ecosystem.
True. So being able to adapt and being resilient to the times has actually contributed to what the society of business is in the Autonomous Region of Bougainville.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so interesting discussions there. We'll go for a short break and come back on the other side with more of this. Welcome back to Infocus, a look on the Autonomous Region of Bougainville on this program. Now, continuing on from our discussions, Delwin, you're doing business during a tough time globally in terms of business. We have a pandemic that's ongoing. What's the business situation like, environment in the region?
Bradley, during the COVID, it was very tough because Lomi, experience Lomi, I ran a guest house, and I also have these organic products that I produce. So like for guest house, me looking also during the COVID, no got guest and me walk about because social distancing, I walk about and me stop lolman walk about. So we had a bit of hard time running businesses, especially the guest house owners. For shops as well, because like the restrictions come up, all plenty no travel from villages come, so it really also affected our businesses. Like for all the businesses where women are running, those businesses really affected because like Emil Mary and Mama Blahouse, when we have nothing to offer, we have nothing to offer for our family. So, like from my experience, is a good thing that mothers out there also harim is, before the COVID, but time running business, I have a garden myself. So time COVID me looking most sa garden me working past time and benefiting family blow me, na benefiting other usatol workman blow me to me carry more same garden lo me pla survive. So it's also a message to everyone that when we are running a business in town, any activity in town, we have to also get, prepare ourselves for any risk that we can come affecting more businesses blow me where you may say survive loan. But otherwise, after the COVID, business is picking slowly up, picking well at this time. And I believe women are also happy at this time that all guest houses are also, because most businesses around, like women are into most all guest houses running and small canteens. But the problem that people are facing plenty time lo SMEs, especially lo group lo mipla lo, that is also lo buka one time too is time all things where affecting all businesses lo mipla lo walk about lo man mostly by affecting all businesses where especially low income generating all business. But like Bougainville, as I've said, because of the society that me plagan, matrilineal society, women only on ground, so they have the rights to use their own land, lo working businesses where they working.
All right. So, Mr. Tsiamalili, the government spoke of the help that it promised to its citizens during the pandemic. How is the sort of funding been filtered down to the Autonomous Region of Bougainville, and how will businesses there access these funds?
Okay, so firstly, as Delwin been talk alongside long how we been mitigating this COVID challenge we got long em. And I guess this is where all that individually too, all by understanding they must have a risk management plan, which means long business time you work in core business below you must look too long all bad times below you. So I think the COVID has actually allowed our businesses across the length and breadth of Papua New Guinea, but zeroing down on Bougainville, to understand that you also have to have an alternative revenue stream. We're both in the same business. Before I became a politician, I run a guest house, and I'm also a cocoa farmer. So I've been fortunate that also cacao too been helping me play a lot of time. This restriction of people moving from, obviously, the walk-in customers or the guests that come through when they do business on the island, impacted on the hospitality industry, really. The agricultural sector, it made more people get back into the land during that time. So all ordinary man lo place, all man sa okim cacao na copra, all been got more money than the people that were running businesses. So I guess it made people realize that money is also on the land, and you need to also prioritize and have that risk management in place. Getting back to your question about the government intervention, I believe long save blomi long. I've been in the office for 114 days. There was 2 million that was allocated to district DSIP through the district service intervention funds. 2 million that was given to the open members to either go directly and support either the medical aspect or in the SME space, and for provincial. And in my case, there was 1.5 million kina made available for us to intervene directly through the business houses or through the SMEs. Now, as far as I'm concerned, when I actually came into office, there was a little bit of money that was set aside, but it was also used up by the provincial government to support the COVID team that looked at setting up different stations that would address the cross-section of the testing sites on the island. But the little bit of funding that was available when I got in, what I did to intervene with the business houses was I procured a lot of procurement for sanitizers and face masks, and that will be provided soon now to the different business houses both in Buka and Arawa, because that intervention allows the businesses not to touch on their bottom line, because a lot of businesses are just to comply with the COVID protocols. They're paying more on the sanitizer, more on the face mask, so that's having an impact on their bottom line. So how I'd intervene is getting that cost out of their business or out from their expenses. So that's something that I'm already doing. Apart from that, the government recently obviously made mention during the week about that different funding support going through the different banks, BSP and NDB. For me, myself on the ground, what I've done is this is something that will be a direct intervention to the MSMEs and the SMEs, where I've taken away the equity and the security component of those that wish to take out a loan to make it easier for them. So it's only going to be for a short period, but hopefully by me taking out the risk for the equity and security, I'll have more of Delwin, or the mothers and the normal farmers that want to take out a bit of money to inject back into their business. We can see a spike in the next 6 months before 2022 that the business aspect or the business activity will kind of increase because of that financial support. NDB has 8 million specifically for Bougainville, out of that 80 million kina that's been parked with NDB. And that's where maybe like tap in go inside Longem, where we put him 2 million set aside for security, 1 million for security, 1 million for equity. And that makes it easy for the farmers or the mothers to actually go in and get a bit of money to support their business. So hopefully within this space and within this time, you can see a spike in the economy within the next few months on Bougainville.
Discussions around the Autonomous Region of Bougainville. We'll continue with more on this after the break. Infocus on EMTV. Welcome back. Now, Mr. Tsiamalili, in your maiden speech in the National Parliament, when you were given the opportunity to speak, you spoke about economic independence. That's a very big word. Break it down for us so our people can understand what you meant when you said that.
Thank you. Okay, I think bigla ting long how mi bin putim sila tok long parliament lo side long 1 man inside long Papua New Guinea inap long lookout memiet na particularly lo side long money yumi long Bougainville long tok long tisla tok long economic independence. Obviously Bougainville got a big ting go long how like looking yet into the future. Time referendum been come up, all got been put him hand mark long box 2 long tok long political independence. Now big result long this walk about them only put him finish so 97% long Bougainvillians only been like him this political independence long got this relationship behind time where we differentiate in Papua New Guinea na Papua New Guinea na Bougainville. Long tok long politics lo side long sovereignty long side long economy mi minimal sem how ba yumi sanap yumi at the long side long one man inside long this new walkabout bla yumi especially lo Bougainville where yumi like come up this tok long independence country how ba yumi sanap yumi yet long by yumi can inap long halivim yumi yet internally and as ting long mi bin wakim this tok and me focus threat long all individual Bougainvillians inside long one hapol stop long all villages right across Bougainville long one all resource only got pinis whether em side long agriculture em side long marine whether em side long hospitality whether em side long all minerals blayumi how yumi yet he can use him all display long strong in down blue yumi individually inside long all households blue yumi. Na yumi tok long all this big plus something, but I guess one of the biggest challenge yumi by got long come up economically independent. And also long liberating mindset blue yumi. Long looking also maybe money is not everything that will get us economically independent. Maybe yumi need long change him just long way look long how resource blue yumi stop. Lo side blong copra na cacao na side blong passing to blong walk bung. A lot of the times you may try blong walk individually, where suppose you may walk bung one time, you may can achieve him this or resource blow you me in a faster, but you may talk in a way that you may can kiss him this money hurry up together, but in a bigger in a bigger volume. Or some example, for example, Yumi all throughout Bougainville, plenty big pla land mass blomipla. Istap tasolong kopra na kakao. Na suppose yumi olgatay walk 1-1. Na yumi salim or product blo yumi 1-1. Yumi na kisim this la value where suppose yumi olgatay walk boom one time. Na yumi na salim la volume but yumi can kisim big pla price.
Alright. So you talk long volumes. Big pla buhay too. You come long Bougainville. You in a long time you go finish you launch him. Na I think also you bring him challenge too. He come long market. Time only talk buka buhay come up inside long. Most be your line only save finish. Also this pla big pla buhay mi come long buka. One plan long also behind time. Political independence come up na you sit down long Bougainville na you look come back again also long mi pla long PNG. One pla market you explore in finish. This pla road you walk long behind him now?
Yeah, I think you must understand him also. Mi pla one pla liklik economy straight there. Mi pla 300,000 people. Mi pla non up come long compete one time Papua New Guinea. Mi pla like complement him Papua New Guinea. Mi pla got enough products or liklik all resource blo mi pla by just complementing market blo Papua New Guinea because you look at mi pla 300,000. Na Papua New Guinea almost 8 million. So logical that our biggest market is PNG. So if we are to be successful in what we're doing, we just need to cross over our products to Papua New Guinea. And when I brought the boa here, I wasn't competing with Karama boy. I wasn't competing with the Poponeta boy or the Sipik boy. All I was trying to do for our boy chewers is just provide an alternative betel nut. Maybe much bigger, which means if you pay for Bougainville boy, you will save from the other little boys that you pay
Economics
for.
of boy.
Economics of boy.
All right. So, look long Papua New Guinea na Bougainville. Long I think sample here can behind. I think the way you mean look long I also Papua New Guinea na Australia now. Also big pla brada. You miss I look long all. Na behind time suppose political independence I come up long Bougainville na you stop and Papua New Guinea big pla brada long this plus side. Delwin, you yet one all think long you long business na one something you like look him behind time long you pla long good plus sit down long you play inside long Bougainville long side long business that's all but long sit down long family too.
Yeah, lo behind time me like looking also me pla marry me pla must work one time all man na me pla moving Bougainville. Me pla must got partnership one time lo work boom one time. So that all marry no can left behind. Me pla come at one time all man na me pla move forward. Because time me pla move forward na me pla marry one time man and family too by kirap one time na go. Okay, na tu me like looking lo side blow business too. All this la informal sector na wolo kostapia. Me like looking lo formal sector lo 5 years time. By me no ko looking lo market. And me looking stop usa tol sidan lo buka market na rawa market buin me no go yet. So me like him in 5 years time or so I want to see them in formal activities. Na me believe him regional manager regional member of too by agree also. You know, all me no ke stalo one pla level you me must move. And for now me pla line stalo this layer we have to have big activities. I want women to own properties. I want women to own transport companies so that Bougainville by move. Now at the same time people working on activity where by moving Bougainville and people support the family too, people education too, people must putting more emphasis low and low. Picking people go to school, we want engineers of Bougainville, people like him, or doctors of Bougainville. Now that is how people by moving Bougainville. So this la support must come lo now yet regional member lo mi tu mi mama straight lo mi to kolsem one pla ting putim lo support all mama pharmacy kamantap lo equity side because how me looking time Mr. Bolsem boss Mary blo women in SME lo Bougainville all startup yo big pla heavy how lo start kisim lili generating kisim lili money lo boosting mo lili activity blo so suppose you no help him all embali sit down stop lo informal activity lo long pla time but time me help him all na make him only access him na make him flexible lo all ol kisimani na oli bustima ol semitok pinis ol mama Bougainville oli strombra mama ya bali like they want to build whatever they are doing.
Now. Sample all good pla ting na diriman yumigat blong yumi inside long autonomous region blong Bougainville na sample all good plan na powerful talk to all meri inside long country Papua New Guinea ina long kisim na lineim na move forward you become long RRB long program long Yumi we have come to the end of our program. Look, thank you very much for making time available, and this will certainly not be the last time to see Bougainville faces on our program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bradley. Thank you for having us.
All right, so if you have comments on tonight's program, you can email us on the email now showing on your screen, or you can engage with us social on our Facebook and Twitter pages, or you can watch this program a little later on YouTube. From us here, stay safe. Bye-bye.